Welcome back to Final Fantasy XVI. Last time we traveled in the desert and made our way to this desert town, and now we know where Kupka is. We made a mess of a little restaurant too, so
Fresh bread, warm from the oven. Here, have a taste.
once you go flat, you can never come back.
The most fragrant herbs and spices from the breadth of the twins.
My carpets have bright places.
Surely I can buy some potions off of somebody here, can I?
The inn's a mess of blood-soaked splinters, thanks to you. The least you can do is let us clean up in peace.
Hey, we gave you all that
Those
money.
soldiers started it. Don't need any more trouble.
Why is the tavern shut?
Another fight, is it? Some people can't handle their drink.
Sorry, but the master's not here at the moment. All orders have to go through him.
You could melt butter in that furnace, get it stoked.
Right away.
Let me treat you. I'm pretty flush these days.
Are you now?
I need to drink.
Fucking men of the wrong. Anytime they pull their snouts out of Kupka's trough is when they want to lord it over us.
A 1,000 gil for a measly bunch of Gazal greens.
I named my price. If you can't pay it, that's your problem.
It's all the fault of this blasted war. The moment they find out you're from the Empire, they flat out refuse to do business with you.
Won't you come and play, handsome?
Your arms are like iron. Are all your muscles so hard?
Well, I'd be happy to show you, provided I can afford it.
Made from the stoutest stoneware. Won't chip, won't crack, no matter how rocky the road.
How about a hot bath to soothe the aches and pains of the road?
This town is truly blessed. The bustling markets, the healing waters, and all under the watchful eye of Lord Kupka, who stands ready to crush any threat that might face us.
Father, hot water. But where are the bearers who heated it?
It wasn't heated by magic. It comes out of the ground like this.
Silver platters, just like they eat off in Castle Dasbog. Plates and pots, bowls and basins.
Needed to
Lightly
a
and
silken
dark,
softness.
fresh from the grill.
Like eating
Get
a
it while it's
cloud with a
hot.
crust.
Once you go flat,
It would make a
you never come back.
Made from the stoutest stoneware.
Well, no one here is gonna sell me any items, huh?
Ah, they've closed the road. And it's the only way from here to the Fang. It would seem Lord Kupka is not accepting visitors at present.
We have to get through that gate.
Not by force, I trust. We've attracted quite enough unwanted attention already.
By guile, then. Perhaps the Desert Hare can offer us her aid.
Rosina Dalamil, woman of mystery. But how will we find her? We know naught of her but her name.
And that she was working with Sid. Sid's other collaborators have all been people of means, the wealthiest and most successful members of their communities. I'll wager this Rosina Dalamil is the same.
That would certainly help to narrow the search. We need only inquire as to who is in charge of the town.
And that's exactly what I mean to do.
Looks like we won't be getting back to Drake's Fang anytime soon.
Well, it's not like we've got a reason to. Whatever this emergency is, they've shut down the whole mine for it.
Mummy, I want to play with the crystal.
How many times do I have to tell you? It's not a toy.
Here we go.
My lord. An excellent choice. Fare you well. Anything I can interest you in? Go with Gilbert.
The gate is closed by order of Lord Kupka. Any attempt to gain passage to Drake's Fang will be punished with arrest and incarceration. The gate is closed.
How's a trader expected a living if they close the roads without so much as a buy your leave?
Crystal delivery's over. Get back to your homes.
But I didn't get one.
Anything I can help you with, travelers?
Allow me.
My good man, we represent one of the oldest and greatest trading houses of Port Isolde. We're seeking to expand our business in the region and would very much like to make the acquaintance of Dalamil's leading entrepreneurs. If only we knew where to find them.
Well, we're best known for our baths, our markets, and our smithies. I suppose you could do worse than start your search at one of those.
Thank you. You've been most helpful. Oh, you wouldn't happen to know a lady by the name of Rosina Dalamil, would you?
No, I can't say I do.
Well, thank you all the same.
Dalamil is famous for its spas, its markets, and its smithies. Somebody at one of those might be able to help you.
It's all the fault of this blasted war. The moment they find out you're from the
Guild for a measly bunch of dissolved greens.
This river runs all the way to the southern seas.
That's her.
They used to load the crystal onto barges and sail it to the villages downstream. Before the canyons were lost to beasts and bandits. When I was a girl, I would wave to the boatmen as they set off on their long journey, and they would throw me sweetmeats in return. Such happy times.
That's the chick we're looking for. I'm calling it right now.
What do you want? Can't you see I'm busy?
I won't keep you long. I'm looking for someone. A woman by the name of Rosina Dalamil. Do you know her?
Never heard of her. Is that all?
One more question. If I wanted to find the richest trader in town, where would you recommend that I look?
Oh, that's easy. The Briar's Kiss. Won't find a finer smithy this side of the strait. The owner's only a young sprig, but he's got all the right ideas.
The Briar's Kiss, you say? Thank you.
I doubt this young sprig is the person we're looking for. You said Sid's contact was likely to be an influential sort. Influence comes with age and experience. Believe you me.
That boy at the Briar's Kiss is a real talent. People flock from miles around to buy his steel. And it isn't cheap either.
This river runs all the way to the sea.
Light it, for Gilbert's sake. Aren't you? I was a fool to waste good coin on you.
Looks like we won't be getting back to Drake's Fang anytime soon.
Well, it's not like we've got a reason to. Whatever this emergency is, they've shut down the whole line.
Can I help you?
Yes, I'm looking for a woman by the name of Rosina Dalamil. A long-standing pillar of your community, I believe, from old trading stock.
Then you should ask further. He's been here for years. Knows the place and its people like the back of his hand. And he's in with all the old merchant families. Try the baths. That's where you'll usually find him.
Thank you kindly.
Ask for Ferda at the baths. If this woman you're looking for is still around, you'll know where to find her.
Well, it sounds like we have our man.
Perhaps. Let's go and find out exactly what this Ferda knows.
Hanging lanterns, keep the darkness from your door.
Excuse me. Are you Ferda?
I am. Can I help you, travelers?
I hope so. You've lived here for some time, is that correct? Do you know Rosina Dalamil? We believe she may be a trader of some renown.
And what business do you have with the desert hare?
She was a close friend of mine. I was hoping she might be able to help me.
Very well. Go to the bordello. I'll arrange an introduction. I know who you're looking for. Go to the bordello and wait there.
This town is truly blessed. The bustling markets, the healing waters, and all under the watchful eye of Lord Cook.
Do you think we can trust him?
No.
As far as I think he'd...
So you're the ones who've been sniffing around.
I beg your pardon?
Don't play the fool. Stick your nose in our business and you're likely to lose it.
Garuda! Wakened winds! You're finished!
Who are you working for? Him or her?
Him. The boss. He wanted us to test you.
Though one could hardly call that a test.
Lord Furder?
Look what the cat dragged in.
Your skill with the blade is rare indeed, my lord. A fitting talent for an outlaw.
There's no reason.
So what now? Call in the men of the Rock and collect the bounty?
That isn't my decision to make. Our work is done. Take him to meet his precious Rosina. She will be interested to make his acquaintance.
Yes, my lord.
There really isn't any reason to believe that Clive wouldn't have killed him right there.
Leisure, then.
To the Lock of Leisure.
You have passed the test, Sid. Off you go now. Rosina Dalimil awaits.
I mean, surely we made a lot of ruckus fighting like that. I don't think the whole town
Take a sniff, good
would be around to watch that.
Is this the place?
Lubo's Forge. The Briar's Kiss.
Ah, So it was the young sprig after all. So much for Rosina Dalamil being a woman of experience. How wrong I was.
It was an easy mistake to make, Uncle. After all, it must have been years since Sid last saw her. Sorry, him. Whoever this Lubor truly is, he's clearly a man of means. I'd say he deserves our respect.
See that he gets it. Lubor, Lord Furder told me to bring them to you.
My boys tell me you're in need of assistance. Sid the Second?
I won't waste your time. I need passage through the south gate.
Tell me, what do you think is a merchant's most important commodity? Why, trust. Everyone knows that. Without it, you have nothing. And nothing is exactly what you have. And so, for you, I too have nothing. I'm not in the business of helping every lost puppy that wanders in off the street. I'm a busy man, as you can see.
Let's leave this mummer to his farce.
By all means. Find someone else to help you on your way. Just be sure to tell them you're not the two travelers from the inn the guards are looking for. Don't want them jumping to conclusions, do we?
Why, you...
So, what do we need to do to earn your trust?
I like this one. Willing to do whatever it takes to get what he wants. Ha! Men like you have a special place in my heart. Why, you ask? Because they get me what I want. Always.
Fine. So what do you want?
Don't tell me you're going to listen to this swaggering scruff.
We might as well hear him out. It's only natural that an ally of Sid's would seek assurances of strangers. Assuming he is an ally, of course. 5 years ago, he would have still been a boy.
And yet even then I had more good sense than a man, 5 times my age? But enough of the pleasantries. We were speaking of what I want. I want you to put an end to the trouble in Dalamil. Return to me when you have done so, and you shall have my aid. Until then, I bid you good day.
What trouble? If you're going to give us orders, be clear about them, damn you!
Manners, Greybeard. One catches more damselflies with honey than with vinegar.
What did you call me?
My apologies. A word of advice in recompense. Follow the crystals. Oh, but that was 3. Oh, I'm making this too easy for you.
Ha! It will be easy. Solving his little riddle should be like dealing with him. Child's play. Let us divide our forces, Clive. I'd rather not drag this parlor game on any longer than we need to.
All right. Good luck, Uncle. I thought we were the only ones causing trouble in Dalamil.
He's not Sid. He can't be. What? Are you calling Master Lubor a liar?
The misfortune Dalamil finds herself in is of a crystalline nature. So do be discreet in your inquiries,
Excuse me. Is it true there's been trouble with crystals of late?
You've heard, then?
I've heard rumors.
Damn thieves. Pilfering the crystals that were meant to fill our cups and light our stoves. Us common folk have hardly had a shard to share between us these last few moons. And it isn't as if we can buy them on the black market either. Whoever's taking them, they aren't sharing. There's cartloads of crystal coming out of Drake's Fang every day. Meanwhile, we're all having to get by with half-spent shards. Someone's siphoning it off.
Do you have a moment?
Depends what for.
Just a question. Dalamil seems to be thriving compared to the other villages I came through on the way. Is there a reason for that?
Well, we're a stone's throw from Drake's Fang for one. The soldiers guarding the Mother Crystal and the shipments need a place to spend their hard-earned gil. The men of the Rock throw their money about like there's no tomorrow.
Is that so? Well, thank you. Don't let me keep you from your work any longer.
The men of the Rock are Lord Kupka's private guard. He must be a generous man. The amount they spend when they come calling.
Fresh bread, warm from the oven. Yeah, have a taste.
You wouldn't believe how much he gave me. Well, I hope you gave as good as you got. What can I do for you, soldier? Need that sword polishing?
I'm not a soldier.
Ugh, then be off with you. I serve the men of the Rock and the men of the Rock only.
You have an agreement with them?
Don't be stupid. I just know which side my bread is buttered. Don't want to be stuck under some pauper when they come knocking. With pockets deeper than Zemeckis and an urge to empty them. No, just leave, will you? Before you scare them off.
I think I'm starting to get an idea of what's been going on. I wonder if Uncle Byron's learned anything of use.
What?
He'll probably be back at the inn by now.
Kupka's main crew. His guards have been siphoning the crystals and getting a lot of money to spend doing so.
Light meat and dark, fresh from the grill. My carpet have pride of place.
What was all that crashing and banging about before?
It's you, the one who broke all our furniture. What do you want? Haven't you caused enough trouble already?
I'm looking for my pal. Have you seen him?
The gentleman who was with you? Yes, he's upstairs, but...
Thank you. I'll go and fetch him.
The inn's a mess of blood-soaked splinters, thanks to you. The least you can do is let us clean up in peace. I told the guard those soldiers started it. Won't need any more trouble.
I swear if he got a
Let me
prostitute.
treat you. I'm pretty flush these days.
Huh?
Will this suffice as a deposit?
By the sands. That's a black pearl.
One of the many treasures in my collection that I would be only too happy to part with, should you give me reason to do so.
All right. I'm sure that we can come to an agreement, but not here.
What are you doing, Uncle?
He's gonna try and rob you.
Care to explain why you're giving gifts to Kupka's men?
Bait, my boy. One cannot catch one's prey without it. And I do believe I've snagged us quite the quarry. I started by asking around the markets as to where I might purchase crystals. I had no luck, of course. It's forbidden to trade in such things. But my uncharacteristic indiscretion just happened to attract the attention of those uniformed ruffians. They took me aside and said they could procure the crystal I sought if I proved I could pay for it.
So the pearl was your proof?
I thought they'd ask for more. A second-rate specimen like that would only fetch 500,000 or so. A small price to pay for admittance to the underworld. But enough about my little act of subterfuge. What did you discover?
That the supply of crystals has dried up of late. And some people seem to think they're being stolen. Meanwhile, members of Kupka's private guard have been spending money all over town. I'll wager those soldiers you've been talking to have been siphoning off crystals meant for elsewhere, and pocketing the profits.
I'll wager you're right.
We'll meet with them then, just as you arranged, and put an end to the trouble Lubor spoke of.
Ha! That preening popinjay thought this would be difficult. It just goes to show, one should never underestimate a Rosfield. We'll soon wipe that smirk off his face. I arranged to meet with the soldiers in a secluded corner of the Velcroy, far from prying eyes.
The perfect place for a spot of double dealing.
I trust I can count on your support, if things turn sour.
Of course.
Let me treat you.
I need a drink.
Fucking men of the wrong. Anytime they pull their snouts out of Kupka's trough is when they want to lord it over us.
Yeah, I guess I was wrong about that old woman.
Plates and pots!
Do you think they'll be back soon? I need a new dress.
Needed to a silken soft.
The most favourite
Right.
The finest fabric.
Even your father took a knock or two.
You're finished!
Shit, I guess I never picked up that item. Maximum overdrive.
Turn around, friend. There's nothing back there but a pack of bloodthirsty beasts.
Well, at least he was nice about it.
I'll take it from here.
I was beginning to think you weren't coming, my lord. You've brought your contribution?
All the silver and stones I could scrape together at such short notice?
You brought the whole 500 talents.
That was the price we agreed upon, yes? If you've no objections, I'd like to see the crystal.
Of course. Right this way, my lord.
Not bad at all. You weren't lying about the clarity. But what of security? If I were to be stopped on the road, what guarantee have I that it wouldn't be seized as property of the Republic?
Because these crystals are no longer the property of the Republic. You're not buying from us. You're buying from them.
And we have no more jurisdiction here than you, my lord. But we have ships, and will gladly deliver to a port of your choosing, now that our price has been met.
Royalists, eh? What brings you here?
Why, to collect their share of Drake's Fang's blessing, of course. Our nations are allies, and so they are entitled to a portion of the Mother Crystal's bounty. And being such good friends, we elected to increase that portion and share the benefits. And now that these crystals are officially property of the Kingdom of Waloed, We are duty-bound not to interfere, no matter where they might happen to end up next.
Did you get all that? They're in cahoots!
So it would seem.
My lord, what is the meaning of this?
Double-crossing dogs. They're not here to do business. Kill them. Kill them both!
You're finished. It's not over yet, Uncle.
I'm just getting warmed up.
Where's he at? You fucking... Fuck you. It makes sense that they're in cahoots, right? Because we didn't see the Wildlid people carry off Kupka. That was the Wildlid people that carried off Kupka, right? I'm pretty sure. Because Wildlid, that is Odin's Odin's dominance kingdom.
Awaken winds! Farewell. Give me thunder!
None of those big guys were in the fight.
Well, that wasn't too bad. How'd you like my performance, huh? I've often played the villain on the stage. I think I did the role justice. Don't you?
Greybeard, you were magnificent. The battle scene was particularly thrilling. Such a shame you didn't have more of an audience, but perhaps that's for the best.
How long have you been watching?
Long enough to witness your uncle's sordid transaction. I hardly expected one so venerable to degrade himself so thoroughly, buying one's way into the confidence of degenerates. Ingenious.
This was the trouble you spoke of. The men of the Rock taking crystals meant for the common folk and conspiring with the royalists. Well, now it's over.
Indeed it is. The people of Dalamil had scarcely any means of redress against Kupka's men, let alone a foreign army. Until you two came along, that is. Well, we'd better get these crystals back to town. You won't mind waiting with them while I fetch a wagon. It occurs to me that I still don't know your name.
Clive.
So, Sid the Second is a Clive. I suppose it could have been worse. Well, Clive, you held up your end of the bargain, so I must do the same. Passage through the South Gate, was it not? To tell the truth, you've helped a little there too. Many of the guards have already been redeployed to deal with the issue of their missing comrades. And those left behind have been encouraged to look the other way should you attempt to pass through.
Thank you. And please allow me to cover your costs. You still have the purse I gave to the soldiers, I trust? I saw you pluck it from one of the bodies.
Oh, dear. Was I really so obvious?
And my name is not Greybeard. It is Lord Byron Rosfield, thank you very much.
No, thank you very much, Greybeard.
Double the... Ugh!
Here, wear this. Any friend of mine who sees you with it shall be a friend of yours.
Thank you, Lubo.
And please, feel free to send one of my Stoluses back to your people. Tell them that Rosina Dalamil is back in bed with Sid.
Umia lostelan. Tu isakelis.
I'm trusting you, Sid. Or should I say, Clive. So be sure not to let me down. I have a reputation to uphold. Well then, I wish you a safe journey south.
Thank you.
Not at all. It was my pleasure.
Come on, Uncle. Let's go.
Clive. You and I
have more in common than you might think. Not only are we both masters of the blade, and devilishly handsome to boot, but we are both the second people to bear our respective names.
What?
You didn't think Rosina Dalamil was my own invention, did you? It was the name of my master. I inherited from her, along with her title and her smithy. Ensuring that her name lived on was the last I could do after all she did for me. She plucked me from the streets and put my less than nimble fingers to work making blades instead of trouble.
Alas.
She was to leave my life as suddenly and unexpectedly as she had entered it. I swore to follow in her footsteps that I might change others' lives as she had mine. That is why I keep her forged alive, why I play the desert hare, why I care for the orphans of Dalamil. Indeed, I had thought my obligations to Renz and Drika to be my most pressing concern. This is until the infamous Sid made a surprise reappearance. Rather muddied the waters.
Still?
I suppose there's enough of me to go around, but do forgive me if the desert hare isn't always at your beck and call, won't you?
Ours is a blessed corner of the Velcroy.
A veritable oasis, and with clear running water, and natural hot springs. I don't doubt that people have been gathering here since long before the founding of the Republic. Since it was founded, they've been gathering in even greater numbers to serve the needs of the miners who work Drake's Fang, and the soldiers who guard it. And serve them they did, lining their coffers far from the prying eyes and grasping fingers of the Republican excisemen. Not that edicts from Rondella carry much weight in these parts. Dalamil has long been something of a law unto itself. Here those with the most money or the most friends make the rules.
At least they did.
Until Kupka built that castle of his at the heart of the Mother Crystal, Dalimil has been Titan's fiefdom since then. And while his men may be liberal with their coin, they are anything but in the exercising of their authority, which, as I'm sure I don't need to tell you, is absolute.
So,
you see why those with the people's best interests at heart took it upon themselves to organize their own protection, my predecessor chief among them.
How very fitting.
That the noble soldiers of Dalmikia and Waylode, partners in arms on so many battlefields, should also become partners in crime. Still, the merchants of Dalimil will be relieved to see them brought to justice. Many have been driven almost to ruin for want of crystal. I'm sure they would all be rushing to thank you for the service you have done them, if, of course, they had any idea what you had done.
Of course.
As long as we remain reliant on the power of the crystals, we leave ourselves open to such exploitation. But people are such greedy, needy creatures.
There's simply no other way.
Clive, you must bring down each and every Mother Crystal in the Twins, and put an end to the people's thoughtless dependence upon them. Do try not to disappoint me.
Best of luck.
There is a quest here.
I hear you and the Master are working together now. Glad to have you on board.
Well, this is no good. I was hoping to get out of the heat for a little while.
Are you still mad at me?
I can't let anyone in until I've cleaned up the mess you and your friend made. I hope you realize how much your little spatters cost us.
We gave you that bag of riches. So you did have some...
What I'm hearing? That the men of the Rock were carting off our crystals for themselves?
It would certainly explain why we haven't been getting our fair share of late.
There is a couple of quests here. Yep. Yeah, everybody, there does seem to be new dialogue around here now. This is where I'm going to end this episode. Until next